that I'm a recovering addict. You know what I'm saying? And I don't make 12-step meetings and none of that. But I struggle, you know what I'm saying, with addiction, cocaine and heroin. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, right now I've been clean like about 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the guards know. God just told me just now, man, I'm real proud of what you're doing, God. Lost Shaw and Born Just.
I am. You know, I used to see you a couple of times.
Yeah, you
and
know, I
talk
was
to you about
twisted.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the greatness in a law of mathematics.
Right.
Okay, because a lot of brothers in this nation have touched drugs and got caught up in it.
Right.
And if me, every day when people around me, I speak against that all together.
Right.
Allah told us one of the things that we shouldn't do, and that's what it does. He said dope is for dopes. At that time, the dope was the heroin, but it don't make no difference what drug it is. It's still not for you.
Right.
In the 60s that coming up in Mecca, I saw how it destroyed all the people of my community, of my island. Because everybody wanted to be a part. I want to be down with that crew. Oh, they getting high, let me sniff this heroin, let me shoot this heroin. So a lot of people fell victim to it because they want to be down. And it's the same thing in this day and time with the crack or whatever they're using, or they want to get down with the crew because the crew is doing it. Let me get down with it because I want to be a part of that. This goes along with knowing your history.
Right.
If you know your history and you know what we went through as a people, you know, with the drug situation, then you don't repeat the drug situation. You renew your history to tell your babies, as well as showing it by example from yourself. That's no good.
Right.
We're not dealing with that.
Right.
And the best knowers of it is those who went through it that can teach them that. Man, if that's what you want to do, then you go over there. But I'm against it altogether. I saw it, I dealt with it, and then not only in the 60s they hit us with the heroin. Every 10 years these devils came out with a different drug that poisoned our community.
Right.
The 60s it was heroin. 70s they came out with dust. Brothers were smoking dust. My man on 119th Street killed his own mother because he was smoking dust. Wow. So it shows and it bugged people out. Then the 80s what they did, they hit us with freebase first.
That's right.
They hit us with the freebase, and then they seen they couldn't get it the whole mindset, so they broke it down so it'd be cheap enough for our people to buy and called it crack.
Right.
Okay, and what did it do? It tore a new asshole. Not only in the 85% of the people, but in this nation also.
Yes, it did.
It took a toll on a lot of brothers in this nation. So I don't, you know, and we the guards, so we the best knowers.
Right.
But we got caught up in it too. What it is, because the 60s, brothers were shooting dope. All right, so they figure if you could smoke it, oh, I'm not gonna get addicted. That shit flipped them all the way around. Some of the best women in this nation, some of the best men in this nation got caught up in it. So when you look at every era that drugs came out, in the 60s, the reason it came out because on 122nd Street and 7th Avenue, you had the Black Panthers. On 116th Street, you had the Muslims. On 126th Street, you had the Father teaching us. On 129th Street, you had the Mau Mau. But all that was conscious raising. The people were starting to come into the knowledge of who they really was. Prior to that, we would just have bits and pieces of it. Okay, so we were starting to learn that we were black people. Remember, the Black Power, the Ashikis, the Afro. Everybody was starting to come in tune with who they were. So white folks saw that and said, you know what we're going to do? Let's flood the communities with this drug. Because as long as you're on drugs, and you got a habit of, I can't teach you who you are.
That's right.
You know what you gonna ask me? Listen, let me give me $2. That's all you thinking about is getting $2 to go get high. You're not thinking about learning who you are because you can't. Now that become your guard. The drug has become your guard because it's calling you and controlling you. Go get me.
Right.
Go get me. Go get me. Forget about anything else. You start losing all your principles, all your morals, and you don't care who you steal from. So the lying, the stealing, and the devilishment, all that becomes a part of it because now you become addicted to a drug, something that has now become your God.
Right, makes you other than your own self.
The Father told us that dope is for dope, and he said that for a reason because he knew that drugs is not good for us. You know, so I teach hard against that. Brothers still do it, that's on them. Don't bring it around me. I'm not. You can smoke the weed. I don't care about that. But be careful because fentanyl, they putting that shit in heroin. They putting it in everything.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful even smoking that weed. They say, oh, it's it's free now. You can smoke it whenever you want to. Be careful what the devil make free.
I just
Be
respect
careful
the-
what
I
they
just
put out here.
respect the
Tell you
fact
it's
that-
all right to do it.
That you just came out and said that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just showing your part of being victorious. You know what I'm saying? Because you said you haven't indulged in 3 to 4 months, and you getting better from that. You know what I'm saying? So
I still struggle.
You still
You know,
struggle.
I
The
still- the
struggle's
thought- the
always
thought-
gonna come.
That's
you know
right,
What
the
I'm
thought
saying?
always
It's just
there.
like being righteous.
The
you know what I'm
thought
saying?
don't
Because-
have to always be there. I'll build when he finishes.
It's like when nobody's looking at you, you know what I'm saying? And you tempted to steal. That's when the real test come, God. You know what I'm saying? When nobody's there. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're confident in yourself that you can, you know what I'm saying, maintain, then that's all it takes, God, is willpower.
Yes, sir.
That's the key.
Willpower, God.
That's the key. The
Hey,
word
man.
he says will is
How you
that's
doing,
the key.
If Mega did this.